Hey there, and welcome back to another video with Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be going over ETC, Ethereum Classic. Did we just see a massive fake out to the upside and the bulls are about to get wrecked? Or is this just one final liquidity grab before we blast on to the upside? Let's find out. We're going to start off on the weekly time frame here. And what we can see is bad news. Bad news bulls. We broke on back into this channel, broadening wedge. Not really sure what this is. All I know is it was previous resistance for quite some time that we finally broke through. And we tried to hold the retest and fell right back inside. Good news. We're holding the 50 EMA on the weekly, so that's pretty good. Now, the last time we came up and we hit this resistance, we came back down, we held the 50, but it was the very next week, which is in 1 day and 2 hours from right now, that we saw us fall through the 50 and then the 20. If next week comes and we fall through this 50 EMA, I'm going to expect us to have a pretty big drop. And so if you're in any kind of long position and you're grabbing it right here at the 50, which would have been a great spot to grab a long, you're going to want to be careful, because once we break down below this 50 and even get down to the 20, we're going to see some massive moves coming for ETC. And this could have been just one fake out trying to grab some bull liquidity based off this Ethereum merge that's happening here in about a month. Let's pull out the Fibonacci's here. So the good news here would be we do have a day and a couple hours left before the weekly close. So if we were to come up and close our candle above the 236, that'd be pretty good news. Even though we came back inside, it's still good news. Holding the 236, we could then continue our move to the upside. Now the better news, which not as likely, but maybe, if we came all the way back up and we closed our candle outside of the yellow line here, which would be around $37, and that's a 13.5% move that we'd have to do in a day. It's doable, just not as likely. So I'd really like us to see us hold the 236. That would be pretty promising. If we close below the 236 on the weekly candle, I'd be starting to get worried if I'm a bull. You do not want to close this candle below $33.50. Once you do that, I'm going to expect us to break through the 50, come back down, retest the 20, and also possibly wick down to the 382. That could still be a bullish move. On the weekly time frames, that's still a higher low, and then we can move on up, which it's possible. We could go all the way back down and test this 200 down here at the 618, and that's still pretty bullish on the higher time frame. That just means that this ETH merge is not going to do anything for Ethereum Classic, because unless we're going to have a massive move out of here after the Ethereum merge happens, Ethereum Classic is going to be stuck down here, bouncing around here. For the bullish case, it'll be bouncing down here for a while. So in the shorter term, we definitely want to hold 33.50 at minimum. Otherwise, Ethereum Classic is it's done for a while, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily. I want to see what we're doing here. So on the daily, we're also holding the 50 EMA right here, just above it anyways. On the daily, we did close below the 33.5, so that's not good. You can see that we closed below it yesterday, and we tried to get back above it, and we couldn't. And so now we're coming back down to retest this 50 EMA. And most likely going to be coming back down to 29, just under $30 here to get this 200 EMA. Now, that's still good news. There is previous resistance here that we never retested. So coming down, having a wick come down here to retest this previous resistance, and then come back up on the daily to hold above the 200, and hopefully even go further to hold above 33.50, which is where we want to hold. So tomorrow, or even in this next couple hours, if we came down, tested the 27.83, this green line here, tested that, and then jumped right back up tomorrow above the 33.5, that would be the most bullish scenario I can think of from where we're at right now. because this was not a really bullish move breaking down the 20. We started to see us breaking down though on the daily. So did we get a higher high over here? Let's see if I can zoom in even closer here. On the daily, it's going to be close. I think we did get a higher high. Yeah, we barely got a higher high. But as you can see on the RSI, from over here to over here where we got the higher high, we had a higher, lower high. And so we did have some divergence going on, some bearish divergence. We also had the bearish divergence that was playing out right here on the stochastic. We had the hidden bullish divergence, which then brought us back up, but then we created this bearish divergence on the RSI here, which also Bitcoin had a massive move to the downside, so that affected it as well. Looks like we created some sort of a double top, which, I mean, if this is your neckline right here, I mean, that brings us down to around the 382, just below it actually. The breakout being right, well, I guess if you did it from the 20, because you could do that as your double top. And then, yeah, that brings us right down to the 382, which, you know, I mean, honestly, that's not bad. We come down, we retest this resistance that we never retested before. It's also the 382 on the Fibonacci's, which is just a higher low on the higher term time frame. So coming back down, hitting this and going back up would be bullish. The most bullish would be to stay at this 50 and then move back up. That's what we're looking for here. Let's go down to the 6 hour, and I want to turn on the linear regression here because right now we are holding on the daily. We're still on the daily. We are holding this linear regression right here. It's not very strong. The strongest one would be right down here, around $26. Again, the 200 is right around this area right here, so we could hold this, maybe wick down through it just a little bit and come back up. But we are getting right in the center of this linear regression here. We are holding that, so that's good. Let's go down to the 6 hour now and look at the lower time frame. So 6 hour, this is looking pretty good actually. So we've got a nice long wick on this candle. An hour and a half before this candle closes. If we can maintain this long wick, which means that there's a lot of buy pressure coming in right at the 200 EMA on the 6 hour. We are at the very bottom and outside of the linear regression here, so that could be a good sign for us to make a move up. Now the problem is, are we going to get rejected coming up at the 20 and at our previous resistance, which was hopefully going to turn support, which never did. We broke through. So right around here, around the $36 level, that's going to be something to watch, because that would be where there's going to be lots of resistance. Let's put a Fibonacci on here as well, just to see. Yep, the 382 is right there as well. So that's if we come up and we hit this 382, which is also previous resistance, which should also be coinciding with hitting the 20, we're definitely coming back down, and there's a good chance we're coming down to $27, $28 roughly. So that would look something like we come up, hit this, and then we fall back down. And then hopefully we hold this and go back up. That's bullish right there. But again, like I keep saying, we're in a bear market. So the most likely scenario, until we are proven wrong that we're out of this bear market, is we do retest here, come back down, and then retest this previous resistance as support. And that's kind of that's not the most bullish scenario, but for the bearish scenario, hoping to turn bullish, that's what I'm looking at right there. Let's see. Also on the RSI, we are down at the very bottom here. We did just create on the 6 hour, or are creating as we speak, a little bit of divergence. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. So we've got lower low there on the price, and as of right now, a higher low on the RSI, which is good. It also shows down here on the stochastic is we are just about to curl over. and we are very low on the stochastic right now, so I do expect us to have some kind of a retracement here with the bullish divergence coming in. So yeah, there's a good chance that because of this wick here, in the next 6 to 12 hours, we're going to come and retest at the $36 level. The most bullish case scenario is we break through and we keep moving. The bearish to bullish scenario would be we reject, come back down, hold the $27, $28 level, and then keep moving. And if you're a bear, then you would be expecting us to do what I said earlier. Come up, reject, come down, hang out around here, fall through again, hang out around here, fall through again, and just put in a bunch of bear flags. So that's kind of the bearish scenario right there. Me personally, I'm hoping for the bullish scenario. The ETH merge is coming up. There's going to be a ton of miners coming over to ETC. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really interested to see what's going on. It'll be interesting. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. Ethereum Classic. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video, share the video, all that other stuff. I'm not a financial advisor, just a dude behind his computer, and I'll talk to you later.